Okay, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakudash. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls Yah, Ahaya, Yahuwah, Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh, which means He exists. Ba'ashem in the name. Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, every millstone who do well and teach well. And your eye can push in His word throughout the four corners of the earth with all truth and sincerity, making your calling and election sure, man, more so than ever in these times. And it was really this visual that I wanted to make a lesson upon, man. It's a beautiful visual to see how people are really, acting, and not acting, but actually are in this state of mind, not realizing that America, Babylon the Great is falling. It's done. And if you see this visual, they're on their phones. And you can liken this as well as being on the computer, watching TV, and watching these different sports, and just having, their attention to the things that are happening around them, being distracted. Right? All these people are distracted right now, not realizing that we're getting ready to come into World War III. We're getting ready to come into a time of famine and pestilences brewing. We're getting ready to come into a time of Jacob's trouble. As you people in the world know as shit hitting the fan, right? You have these, the third witness which the elders, believe to be, those that are in the know, right? Those whistleblowers and things of that sort. The people the preppers, right? Because they bring out information and articles that, we can't, even get our hands on because we're just not in tune with certain things that, these Edomites are in tune with. But nonetheless, this is how Jake is right now, bro. And this is why when shit's the fan is going to catch you guys off guard. And this is why the scriptures say, blessed is the man. And let me get it. We're going to start off with that precept. I do have a couple things I want to go into. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 46, like you. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. And this is going into the work. Okay? And this is why the scriptures tell you. And the work doesn't necessarily mean just making lessons. The work is repentance every day, constantly examining yourself, and always abiding and thinking about this ministry, man. Sirach 5:7, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. That's if, you're putting off this work, you're going back into the world, you're dilly-dabbling, right? You're not really in this thing like that. Hey, the Lord's going to spew thee out. The scriptures say in the book of Revelations, because thou art neither hot nor cold, but are lukewarm, the Lord shall spew thee out. That's going into vomit when you go to that word spew. Okay? And what? You're going to be caught in the day of the Lord's vengeance. And this is what this looks like. Let's get this precept. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 1. And this is why we got to always thank Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, man, for giving us the eye salve and giving us eyes that we shall see. Because unlike these people that are distracted in the world, we're what? We're looking out the window and, asking ourselves, how can we make it? And Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai has granted us, faith to believe that He's the only way to, allow us to make it out of, that, right? Shane the fan. Okay. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not. You see, the Lord has given us His ministry as mercy, man, and belief as a form of mercy. Because you had what? You had people that heard this word, And what happened? They rebelled. They didn't believe it. They scoffed. They mocked. Okay, whatever. Not realizing that that was the hand of the Lord. But I have renounced the hidden things. Salaki, man, this thing's too bright. But I have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of the Most High deceitfully. Right? We're not in this thing, in this truth, for any ulterior motives, to boost your ego, to, claim to be this great guy. So whatever it may be, man. Anything other than, trying to, silly elect so that we can, get out of here already. You got to check yourself, man. But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of the Most High. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach Salakia, who is the image of the Most High, shall shine unto them. You see, they were not blessed to receive this word, man. And this is why it's hidden to them. And this is why they're going into Jacob's trouble, just like this, with smiles on their faces, not realizing what's getting ready to come ahead. We're not going to be smiling until we're actually in this thing. Right? Until Jacob's trouble really cracks. And, the scriptures say that in that day it shall be known who are my chosen. And, that, once we know we're the elect, because right now we're prisoners of hope. But you people that are on your phones, we're getting distracted with the ways of the world, not realizing that this thing's getting ready to crack. Guess what? You're going to be caught in this thing. You're not going to have the hedge protection, because first of all, the majority of you people don't even read your scriptures to begin with. You don't even watch lessons. You don't even know what's required of you to do. You watch, you read you go to church and they read you 2 scriptures and dance, and that's it. And you go home and you think you know something, man. You think you're protected, you're saved. Not saved, bro. Scriptures talking about you need to work, to make your calling and election sure, bro. But nonetheless, man, the God of this world has blinded them by ways of what, boxing, these different sports, music, these different entertainment, and the entertainment industry in its entirety. That's why they get paid so much, man. These baseball players, basketball players, football players, whatever player, any big sport, the reason they get paid so much is because they allow you to be distracted just like that, because either thing's going to happen. You're going to focus on what the prophets are saying, the men of Yahweh Shai. Because what? You're going to realize that this place is getting ready to crumble. But what? Since you guys are, you guys are being distracted, you're chilling. You're relaxing. And this is why the scriptures talk about the Lord. Luke 21 and verse 34, just straight to the point. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your mind, your hearts, be overcharged with surfeiting. Let's get that word, surfeiting. Or surfeiting. Excess food that is consumed, okay. And drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares. That's how this thing's gonna happen, bro. You guys are getting caught up right now on everything that you gotta, you're worrying about. Things of the world. Your career, what people think about you, That's why you're not going out to 10 hours in the byways. You're scared of what people might say. Who cares, bro? This is getting ready to crack. And when this shit cracks, and when this shit finally is in full-fledged Jacob's trouble, we're not able to go out to the highways and the byways. When you read the book of Ezekiel, or the tongues of our mouth are cleaving to the roof. Of our mouths, like the tongues are going to cleave to the roof of our mouths, meaning we're not going to be talking about this word anymore. We're not going to be a reprover unto you anymore. You're going to wish you went to the highways and the byways. You're going to wish you did this, coulda, shoulda, woulda. You're going to be saying all these different things that you wish you could have done. Well, behoove you to actually just go ahead and do it, man, because guess what? This is getting ready to crack. And we know what the scriptures say, Isaiah 66, and the different things of, the prophets, the men of the Lord, those that, sacrificed their lives, those that were out there in the highways and the byways, making their lessons, putting their faces out there. They're going to be eating and drinking and having a good time in Jacob's trouble while the rest of the world is going through it. Okay? This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse. I really could start up, but I'm going to start up at verse 4. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. And what's the image of Baal? The ways of America, Babylon the Great, man. The ways of Satanism, which Babylon the Great clearly pushes throughout the four corners of the earth. Perfect example, look at the Olympics. All right. And then the final image is going to be what? Or, the final bowing down to the image of Baal is going to be the RFID CHIP. That's going to see if you're really down with this system. But the Most High is reserved to himself 7,000. The number 7 is just a complete amount of number of men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal, which is what? Verse 5, even so then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. The elect, that's who the 7,000 men are. And it's 144,000 and the 1/3, or the great multitude, Salaki, because the 1/3 is the full 144,000 with the great multitude. Verse 6, and if by grace, then it is no more of works, otherwise grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace, otherwise work is no more work. The scriptures say, because grace may abound, does that, shall we sin? God forbid. You got to read that with, context. Christians read that and think they can go eat pork and do all mannerisms of, sin. No. Sin is what? The transgression of the law to begin with. So you can't sin, which means you can't transgress the law. Okay? And the reason we're in grace is because there's a lot of laws that we can't keep, even if we wanted to. We literally cannot keep them here in America, Babylon the Great, which is why we're under grace. Verse 7. What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, which is what? The truth. Everybody wants to know the truth. This is the truth. This truth here of us waking up to, who we truly are, Israel, and, everything that, embodies his ministry, right? Knowing, Jacob's trouble, the breakdowns, the precepts, the timelines, and different histories that were revealed unto, us, starting from our apostles and the elders, our great millstone on down, right? Like the time of the Byzantine Empire, all the way to, the Moors, and different times, time periods Jake has been ruling that we didn't even had no clue about. This is, what people, have been seeking for, right? This is the truth. What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election has obtained it, right? We got it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, the Most High has given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. And we could get Isaiah the 60th chapter, but it goes on to, really, actually, no, that's different. We'll be good. But there you go. We're out there in the highways and the byways, letting Jake know what's getting ready to happen, showing Jake how it's getting ready to happen, bringing out articles, showing, really just going into it, and Jake is just like this. That's cool, man, but I don't care. Just like that. That's why I wanted to make a lesson on this, man, because this visual is a perfect representation of Jake right now. Because you have everything that's going on right now in Yemen and, Iran, and we know they play a huge role in biblical prophecy of, starting World War III, which is one of the end-time prophecies. You have these different robots right now that are getting ready to take over the workforce. You have this election, this election getting ready to come about that's mad divided, and you have these economists letting you know that there's going to be a civil war, or there's a high possibility of there being a civil war in this, this coming up, election. You have all these different sleeper cells in here. It's, I can go on and on and on and on, man. You're going to be like, what? So right now we're at the end. The brother, high time to wake out of sleep. That's Romans. If I'm not mistaken, that's Romans 11:7. No, it's like it. Romans 11 and 13. Romans 13 and 11, Salakia. This is the book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, how do you know the time? By the prophecies. That now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. All these different chariot sightings as well, man. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting or drunkenness, not in chambering or wantonness, not in strife and envying, man. Lock in. Because we're closer to the end than ever before. This is Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 1. Arise, shine, for the light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. That's for us elect. I don't want the Zah would be of that number, of course. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And that's us brothers, man, having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, waking up Jake to this, gross darkness, giving him the light, which is what is truth. And it says 3, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to the brightness of thy rising. Okay, waking up the Israelites. We have these precepts, and this is what's happening. Bread in circuses. Circuses doesn't necessarily mean, a circus, right? A carnival or whatever. It can be you just, having, being entertained, watching a movie on your phone, on social media or whatever it may be that's distracting you, right? And it is all that. It's an embodiment of all that, because what people that don't go to the games, right, like the Coliseums, the ancient Coliseums, which today would be your modern, stadiums of, football, baseball, boxing, if they're not there physically, where are they watching it? On their phones, on the TV, or on the computer. Okay? And that's you entering the carnival, the circus. And I have it right here. Bread and circuses in American English. Something as extravagant entertainment offered as an expedient means of pacifying discontent or diverting attention from a source of grievance. And that's what's happening with this. Is why they get paid so much, because if you people would have been upward and went against, America Babylon the Great, just talking about all these different taxes that we had to pay. Right? The Revolutionary War started because, if I'm not mistaken, they got taxed like 2%. And they went, haywire. We're being taxed on food, on everything, right? Everything. And Jake is what? Chilling. Like that. Or diverting attention from a source of grievance. Or, they're, the prophets out to letting you know what's getting ready to happen here in Babylon the Great, right? World War III, these different sleeper cells, and so on and so forth. But what's happening? Your attention is diverted. You're focusing on things of this world, cares of this life, from a source of grievance. Jacob's trouble, man. Things that are getting ready to happen upon Babylon the Great. A grievance is a wrong or hardship suffered. You see, you're getting ready to come into a time of, hardship, which is Jacob's trouble. Once the bread and circuses is closed off, what's going to happen? It's going to make you focus on what's happening in the real world. And what's happening? America Babylon the Great is circling down the drain. These other nations are not scared of America no more. World War III. The RFID hit. Ordo ab chaos, order out of chaos, civil war, civil unrest, famine, pestilences. Jeremiah 28:8. Let's get that. I'm probably close out right here. And the willing is edifying, man. I'm kind of all over the place. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and verse 8. Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. Salahi. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilences. We're not here to teach you smooth things. We're not even here to prophesy unto you smooth things, because there's nothing smooth to even prophesy to you about. But the kingdom of heaven, the elect making it through Jacob's trouble, the elect, if they have to face a guillotine, as they make it through, they're gonna get everlasting life. Yeah, that's something, I guess we can, something smooth. But other than that, you 2/3, man, there's all types of mannerisms of ways that the Lord's gonna be putting you to death. Pestilences, famine, so on and so forth, man. Wars, evils. But then again, it's gonna catch them as unawares, man. Just like this video. Shit's hitting the fan all around them. And they're just distracted, bro. They're blinded. Just as the scriptures say. And then they said, isn't it weird they made up that word, injected people with poison, blocked the sun, destroyed the economy, and divided societies, and still people don't care. Because they're not going to care until Jacob's trouble, bro. Until this shit really touches them. But us brothers, man, we see what's getting ready to happen. And we know the only way to make it through this time is through works, faith, belief. And that's the only way. So, with that, I want to close out by giving all praise to honor, glory, to our power, Yahweh, Shalom.